At least 6 people are dead in northern West Virginia after torrential rain caused severe flash flooding over the weekend. Rescue crews are still searching for several missing people. And CBS News' Tom Hanson is in Fairmont, West Virginia with more.
Hey there, good to be with you. As you can see behind me, this is the direct impact of those powerful flash floods that burst through this area in the last 24 hours. What we're seeing here is an apartment complex where the facade has essentially been reduced to rubble because of a wall of water that swallowed the bottom floor, burst through all of the windows on the bottom floor, and also clearly damaged the structural integrity of the building. Now, everyone in this building, fortunately, was able to get out safely. One dog did die inside of this building. What we're hearing from people is a chaotic scene where people were punching through windows in order to escape. A lot of them have not returned until the later hours of today, where they are reacting with shock and disbelief. A lot of them say that they don't even recognize this area, but they are still trying to sift through some parts of the rubble in order to get anything that they can out. Now, we are also told by some of those residents that they will not be allowed to stay here, which I think is pretty obvious at this point, given the look of the building. They say they have been pushed out. They're trying to find other places to stay. These are people who are going to be in desperate need of aid from the federal government, and that is something that the governor says he is calling on FEMA to give in the aftermath of this catastrophic storm. This was just 4 inches of rain, which may not seem like a lot, but when it's in a concentrated area, in a concentrated time window, that can lead to these catastrophic consequences. The topography here, there are a lot of high ridges, there are a lot of deep valleys. Those serve almost as a funnel. So when there's heavy rain here, West Virginia is quite prone to that flash flooding. As we look ahead to the forecast throughout the week, there is not a single day where there isn't the chance of rain. Sometimes the rain is expected to be at the same intensity of perhaps 1 to 3 inches in a concentrated window of time. So that is not welcome news for the people here. But for now, the clouds have cleared, and we seem to hit a clear patch where there is an opportunity for people here to get some relief and perhaps find anything in that pile of rubble that they can take with them. Back to you.
Tom Hanson, thank you.